Hey guys, it's me Chrissy and I'm here with my November wrap-up. This is coming a bit late because I've been busy preparing for my brother-in-law to come and his sister, who are currently in the guest room over there, and they can probably hear every word I'm saying. Well, anyways, so I was able to read a lot in November and it's really amazing, and I didn't think I could read this much. And hi Richard!
Hi. You look so hipster right now, it's insane. I take it with like the books and everything too. If I take a picture of you, you're hip. Yeah, you are totally taking a video too.
Yeah, I'm recording now.
Okay, I'm not gonna talk anymore.
They can hear your voice.
Not gonna talk anymore.
So yeah, the first book I read in November, which is sort of like late, I was still feeling the Halloween vibes from October, and that is The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. This took me a night to finish, and I found it to be a bit ranty because the narrator is actually ranting about this guy called Mr. Hyde and how he doesn't like him and why his friend Dr. Jekyll is friends with Mr. Hyde. So I'm like, yeah, it was fine and it was okay for me, but I can see how this was a big deal back then. I also included this in my Fantasy Fest wrap-up. And then after that, I finished an audiobook, Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I don't know how to put a picture, so just imagine it's here. And I found it very good, and I found the hype was real, and I have since ordered book 2 and 3 of the series. After that, I was able to get to The Iron Trial by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare. Yeah, I can't wait to continue this series. This is also in my Fantasy Fest wrap-up. It's very good for me, and I can see how some people, if you really look deep enough, it's like, oh yeah, this is like Harry Potter, this is like Harry Potter, but it's unique in its own way, and the pacing is pretty good. So I wasn't really bored with it. It just took me a while to get into the characters. So yeah, that's it. Then the fourth book I read. This one took me an afternoon. It was also a rant, but I found it to be a very educational rant. And that is The Library of Unrequited Love. Unrequited Love by Sophie Divry. It's about a French librarian and her thoughts on love, life, work, and the economy. This was a fun read, actually. She's basically ranting to you, the reader, who accidentally fell asleep in the library, and she's like telling you her points of view and her life and stuff. So that's pretty nice. Then the next book I read after that, because I wanted something fast-paced, and I haven't been able to get this book off my mind since October, and that is Skulduggery Pleasant by Landy. It's so good. It's about this sorcerer who came back to life, and he got back his own, and he sort of reanimated his own skeleton, and he solves crimes, and he has a human partner, which is this girl here at the back, and she's like 12, and I like how he doesn't treat her like a child. He talks to her like a person with respect, and you don't see that often when older characters talk to younger characters. And apparently this is a very long series, and it goes from when she's 12 to up to when she's 18, the sidekick, and I really can't wait to get into the rest of the series. Oh, and there's so much wit in this book. I highly recommend this. It's actually very fun. It's a fun read. Then the next book, this one took me a week because it was a memoir, but also because I haven't read a memoir in a while, and this was about a real person, so I had to really pay attention, and that is It Just Me by Miranda Hart. This book is so funny. It's just like reading this brought joy into my life. Also because the Miranda Hart is a British comedian, and she has her own show. I forgot what it was called. I think it's just called Miranda, and a lot of the stuff on the show is based off of her real life experiences, and it's just really fun. It's such fun, and I've never read about the book. I've never read a book or known anyone. It feels like I know her because I read her book, but it feels like she's just so herself, and she's okay with that. Like, she's okay with not being able to do things, or she's okay with what she likes. And I've never, you know, it's just that kind of self-acceptance is not easy to come by. Especially, this is great when you read it when you're young, because you'll find out that a lot of the stuff you care about when you're young doesn't really matter so much when you're older. Because when you're older, it's more like, well, you know, I don't like that, so why do I have to do that? You don't have to follow the crowd. And she doesn't follow the crowd. And I just really like her, and I admire her. And I'm totally gonna lend this out to all my friends. Oh, and there are cool, like, sketches in here. And she has, like, conversations with her 18-year-old self, like how she was then, how she is now. And I really highly recommend this. It's a very good book, and it's hardbound in pink. It's so cute. I love it. It's so nice to feel. Then after that, because that one took me a week, I ended up sort of binge reading Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. Oh my gosh, the hype is so real. I can't get enough of this. I have never really read fantasy based on like Russian historical fiction, sort of, but it's so good. I mean, I can get why there's a lot of hype now and why people like this. And hi. Yeah. What? No, you can come in the room if you want.
Don't get me in it.
It's okay. Richard passed by and his voice was very loud. It's cool. That was Richard's sister, Jai. And so I didn't realize they both left the house and I was alone. Anyway, so Shadow and Bone, the hype is real. I can get why people like it. It's exciting, it's fast paced. I like the writing and I like the story. I like the characters and I like the map. I'm a big fan of maps in books. I mean, who isn't? They're amazing, they're gorgeous. But it's just so... It reminded me of the kind of fantasy that I used to read when I was a teenager. And that's really fun, because who doesn't love reading amazing fantasy as a teen, and then you sort of grow up into reading more of the fantasy world, and this just reminded me why I love fantasy. So after this, I was kind of like, I need book 2. I need book 2 now. And so, but I couldn't get to it as soon as I wanted to, because I had, I think I was busy the next day, but I ended up sort of like a chaser read. I picked up Cinder by Marissa Meyer, because there's a lot of hype around this series now. I actually have all the way up to Crest. I don't have Winter yet because it's not out here in the Philippines yet. So I picked this up, and it was okay. I liked it just right, because I was also getting to know the characters, getting to know the story, the plot. What else? Yeah, it's okay. I just don't, I guess part of the plot that I didn't like was when she was like keeping a secret, and I don't like that in my books, even though this one had that sort of element, but it wasn't as annoying to me, or it didn't really get on my nerves as much as this one did. I mean, for me, this was okay. And I am very, very, interested in continuing the series, mostly because I already bought more than half of the series. But I would like to know why people love this so much. So maybe it'll be better for me in book 2. But I also very, very much like the character of Cinder. I don't know why. Like, I don't really like the story, but I like Cinder. So yeah, that's it. And then so, while I was chase reading Cinder, I managed to get myself to the bookstore, and I got Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo. Yes, I like this book so much more. After reading book 1, I was like, okay, I want book 2, I want it now. Now this one, I'm like, I need book 3, I need it now. So, yes, this was a very good second part to the series, and I don't like Mal. Sorry. I just kind of knew since book 1 I would not like Mal, and this book just really confirmed it. Mostly because I get the time period that he's based in, and I get the social structure that he's supposed to expect, that's expected of Alina, but hey, what can you do? So yes, it just, I don't know how to put my thoughts into this book because it's just, I need book 3. I need it now. So I looked around the bookstore and it turns out they don't have book 3 here. So I asked my friends in Manila to get me a copy. So yeah, I can't wait to finish this series and then start on 6 of Crows. So yeah, these are all that I read in the month of November. I hope this video made sense and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around. I will see you guys during Vlogmas. Bye!